The Trempealeau Community Heritage Society will officially reopen its doors after nearly 2 years of trials and tribulation. News 19's Mike Biermeister gives us an inside look at some of the displays and the current challenges they're facing right now.
The pages of history will be turning once more inside the Trempealeau Museum, both for visitors and people like Deborah Diamond.
Right there. We just recently moved back to the area, and I've always loved Trempealeau.
This collection of the past is operated completely by volunteers who are part of the Trempealeau Community Heritage Society, which Diamond recently joined. It features the stories and highlights of the people who once lived and even still live in this bustling river town. Deborah is able to flip through this book about baseball and find some of her family members.
Diamond gave only 5 hits.
But the books and pictures are only the beginning.
Well, I think some of the highlights of the Trempealeau Museum are the military displays, the uniforms that people donated from Trempealeau, and we also have a lot of stuff from the old Trempealeau High School.
However, those articles of clothing and relics of time were almost all lost. In December of 2020, a car crashed into the museum, causing major damage, closing it down. Then in February, the pandemic struck. On top of the pandemic and the car accident, the museum also lost its matriarch, Virginia Krzyzewski, at the age of 91. She passed away in December 2020.
Her heart and soul was into this organization and the museum, and she's going to leave a big hole to fill.
The years of adversity pushed both Deborah and Steve to work to reopen the museum in order to honor the past and the people who helped keep it alive, like Virginia.
I think it's an honor to teach people about history. And when you look around at the museum, there are some artifacts here that help people remember what the past was about.
Artifacts and stories of people like Trempealeau basketball star Ken Barron.
That was it. That was the game.
Now, both Steve and Deborah have a new hurdle to overcome, recruiting younger people to help keep this beacon of history running.
I'm hoping this will be a springboard to get new people to come on in and find out a little bit more about Trempealeau.
So generations can remember what came before, so they can continue flipping the page to a brighter future.
People need to be aware of what happened here in the past and what may happen in the future.
In Trempealeau, Mike Biermeister, News 19.
The museum is open from 1 to 3 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays, starting next week until Labor Day. This weekend, it'll be open from 1 to 3 p.m. on Memorial Day. And if you'd like to volunteer or join the Trempealeau Community Heritage Society, you can pick up an application during their open hours.